Excuse me. The light beers are getting to me. Get into the cat calls. The number is 252-228-5098. Cody, cue it up.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like.
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in the snow? Who's that kid that can use one?
What it do, boys? It's your boy Mike, a.k.a. Supreme Leader. Excuse me. Supreme Leader. Okay. What it do, boys? How y'all doing?
Supreme's funny. What's
I
up,
hope
buddy?
everything is good in the C3 Nation. So something I wanted to talk about real quick, because I see this dude. I don't see this dude. I hear this dude. I think his name's JJ, something like that, coming after my man's Cody, talking all that bullshit. Nah.
Yeah, get him,
It
bro.
ain't going down like that, bro.
I got my
Cody
shooters,
got
y'all. What's
shooters
up?
out here. You
Hey,
better watch out. I'll ride or
man.
die for my C3 family.
Yeah,
Okay? Tony,
that's my
Cody,
dog.
CK, Greg, all y'all boys, I got your back.
Hell yeah.
That's
But
hell yeah.
in particular, like, this man coming at Cody, talking all this trash about Cody don't know shit, and how, he's got the plan about, drafting the quarterback. We know we need a quarterback. Okay, Cody knows we need a quarterback. Cody's been screaming for the long time that we need a quarterback, a franchise quarterback. All he's saying is that the answer might be there already. And it's unfortunate Duke got hurt. Okay, he might not get another shot, but don't just this team has a whole bunch of holes, and yeah, it'd be nice to get that quarterback this next draft, but it's not going to fix everything. So I say, you want to come after my man's Cody? Come on to Friday Free For All, bro. We here.
That's right.
I ain't there all the time because I'll be out here in these streets moving trailers and
I already
shit. But
won a debate.
We
stop saying that
outside.
shit behind your Motorola Sidekick. Come
That's
on to
right.
Free For All. Show him
Dang.
what's
Say, show
up.
your face.
A fool thinks he knows everything, but a wise man will admit he doesn't know everything.
Well, then Cody is a fucking.
Keep counting, my boy.
Hey man, don't mess with me, man. This call proves I got shooters out here, bro.
Well,
You
we
don't
got
mess with-
shooters.
You don't mess with me, or else you mess with the squad. What's up, boy?
All
Anybody
right.
that's got smoke with me, you got smoke with my man Supreme Leader.
All right. Let's rock to the next call.
It's your boy Ken. What up, C3 family? I watched the game while I was at work today. And like I said before, I'll say it again. Our defense held. We were terrible against the run. We held them to a dull roar. The defense got an interception. We can't convert on third down. If we could just let these guys rest, and even though we had a horrific third down conversion percentage again, we just need a guy to convert 50% of our third downs. More opportunities. Now, mind you, it's more opportunities for our current quarterbacks with the exception of P.J. Walker and Matt Corral to throw interceptions. But yeah, it's kind of sad that our hopes now lie in the guy that's seeing ghosts. I still would like to make the playoffs. I would like a miracle run, even if we get in the back door. Panther fans deserve it. We deserve it. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding. Love that. And we definitely deserve it, man. Whether or not we'll get it, I don't know. We should blame Matt Rule, I think. Set us back hard, man.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Okay.
I think
It's JJ again. Yo.
keep it going.
Oh, this is him.
Said Deontay Foreman was a better rusher. I'm sorry, I had to come back to this. Tony, you are so right. These guys, they saw like a few good games and forgot like for 5 years Christian McCaffrey with that horrible
This is the dude,
O-line
by the way.
was just meeting defenders in the backfield, breaking tackles just to pick up 5. Or like, they'll say stupid shit like, oh, he's a better rusher of the football, as if the play design wasn't bootleg, let's get it to McCaffrey in the flat, and instead of a rushing attempt, it's a catch. Like, what?
I'm not
Is
hearing
that the
an argument.
longest pause ever?
Oh no, that was me. I'm sitting here talking and I muted my mic because my little girl came in crying.
Oh,
I cut him off. You want to hear the whole call? All right, I'll give you the whole call. I was.
I mean, no, not really. I was wondering why you paused for so damn long.
All right, I think what he's talking about this is last week we got in a discussion because Foreman will break off these big games.
Yeah.
And the question was, is he a better rusher of the football between the tackles? Is kind of how you guys phrased it, and it was all these caveats. And look, I'm right on this one. You guys got some recency bias on this one.
Nope.
Christian McCaffrey's better at every single thing in this game than Deontay Foreman is. But I think where we're kind of looking at the conversation is whether or not who's better at what. But just ultimately that the drop off from not having Christian McCaffrey in the rushing attack has not been there as much as we expected. And again,
how many times, Tony, have we seen Christian McCaffrey completely stood up at the line of scrimmage?
Not a lot.
Yes,
Not a lot. No, he
yes,
always
we
got.
have,
I'm telling you this. No, go back in all those offensive lines you told me that were terrible. They would have looked even worse without Christian McCaffrey. I'm telling you, he made 4 yards out of 2 yards.
Did you see
Between
what our
the
average
tackles, outside of the tackles? I promise you this. There's a recency bias to this question.
That's not the case. There isn't a recency bias because there's literal proof you can look at as far as our average rush per rush when Christian McCaffrey was running with this exact same offensive line against lesser defensive lines in a lot of these. And he didn't have
but the
production.
game was so much different, man. Is like what I mean by that is McAdoo called a different game. Everything they keyed in on Christian McCaffrey. You could say that. I mean, we can make a million excuses, but here, Terrace Marshall Jr. was a non-factor too.
Right.
You know, so I'm just saying this is that like it's not just as simple as reading the stats all the time.
It's not, but what I mean by that is when we saw
And
what
Bozeman
he did,
wasn't starting. Yes,
no,
that's the game
none of us are arguing that Christian McCaffrey is a better football player. Like as a whole, as a rounded out
I don't
running
even
back,
need
Christian
that
McCaffrey
caveat though, bro.
It is, but that's the thing is like if you look at it, Deontay Foreman was powering, and they're two different types of running, right? So let's be real about it, right? This is basically the type of running that's going to win football games. Christian McCaffrey, when they knew we were rushing, they were stopping him on every single run. Like that was the thing with him. Like it wasn't. I'm not blaming Christian McCaffrey for our everything that was going wrong. But the reality is when Deontay Foreman was rushing, and a lot of the games, obviously this past one, he only rushed 11 times. So I'm not willing to put that into the equation when you're looking at what Christian McCaffrey would get every single touches as far as the football. Chuba Hubbard somehow got as almost the same amount of touches as Deontay Foreman did this past week. But nonetheless, like if you look at it from the perspective of when they knew Deontay Foreman was running for the most part, he was still able to get a pretty good amount of chunk yardage out of it. And so that's my argument is from a pure rushing perspective, Deontay Foreman looked like a better rusher because he was able to split those tackles and power through. I'm not saying that Christian McCaffrey was shit, and I'm not saying that the drop off is that big. I'm just saying from the eye test, it looked clear to me. And you can have a different opinion, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, it looked to me like Christian McCaffrey wasn't as powerful as a runner as Deontay Foreman is.
Yeah, I just
Foreman was a
disagree
better rusher Christian
No.
McCaffrey was the better receiver.
No, don't even agree with
No,
that.
no.
We're
How
gonna
about
agree to
this?
disagree on this
You
one.
ready for
because
the
I
argument to
don't-
be one for you? Look at Christian McCaffrey and the majority of where he's lining up for the 49ers. He's not lining up as the running back majority of the time. He had 5 rushes and 7 receptions this past game. They have a running back.
gluttony of riches. They also have a wide
they have a
receiver
running
that gets
back.
more carries than receptions too.
No,
so like
they have
I
a
don't
running
want-
back that got more carries than Christian McCaffrey did last week or this past week.
And by the way, to JJ the caller, if you're gonna continue to call in,
He's got to come
and
on the
that's
Friday
gonna
free
be-
throw.
No, look, no, not even that. If your axe to grind is that I said that McCaffrey is not as good of a rusher as Deontay Foreman. Okay, well he's not even on the team. So like, what are you gonna complain
Oh,
about next?
stop.
The fact
Disagree with
that
you
I
guys.
like Matt Corral. Come on, dude. It's like
Okay,
he's
got to come on the
reaching a lot.
Friday free for all. It's the place for this. The next call.
Hey, it's Lincoln. Still was blacked out in my area, so I had to listen to the game on Sirius XM. Defense gave them all the Ravens could handle. I mean, 2 costly turnovers in our territory, and they only came up with a couple of points. Yay, defense. Wolves got them playing. If Baker hadn't been Baker, I think we could have easily won this game. I'm looking forward to Sam playing next week because, honestly, I think you can do a lot better. You can't do much worse. I heard. What do you guys think about Hendon Hooker tearing his ACL? That means he can probably move back in the draft. Maybe we get him in the second round. The first round we go after like Will Anderson or a middle linebacker if one pops up that's important because I do think that's a big need for us, as well as a tight end if we end up winning the rest of our games. I'm more of a Hendon Hooker person than Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud's surrounded by so much talent on his team. It's not even funny. I mean, you got
This is
two
the
of
worst
best receivers
Alabama
in the
team
college
around,
sports
though.
on his team. And with Bryce Young, I'm sorry. I'm really afraid that as soon as he gets tackled once, you're going to hear a bone snap.
Good call, man. I appreciate it. Hendon Hooker, the injury hurts his draft stock, and probably eliminates him from our conversation to a certain degree. I don't know if we have the luxury of drafting a player that has a high upside that's still hurt coming off of that. We already got him on our team. His name is Matt Corral.
It was already talked about as being older.
Oh,
He's already 20,
yeah.
he's 25 years old, and now he's going to have it's a late in the season ACL tear. Man, my heart goes out to him. You have to feel terrible for him.
Lost a lot of money.
He was already
Next call.
facing an uphill battle.
Hey, you Lincoln. One other name that I keep hearing that we haven't discussed ever, not at all, Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington. Cody, I want to hear what you think about it because you do draft tech a little bit, and you are watching these guys. I haven't seen any of his games because I'm, down southeast, and by the time they're playing, it's way late. But I want to hear what you guys think of Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington. Supposedly he is now the quarterback 4 or quarterback 3, depending on who you talk to. Keep pounding, guys.
Keep pounding. Listen, Michael Penix Jr. Is a guy who can do everything physically. He's a lefty, so you don't see that very much. He has a big-time arm. He can throw the football down the field. He's mobile. He can drive the football. When you start to, shout out to John from One Carolina. He was the one that put me on to Michael Penix, quarterback out of Washington. And I do like Penix. The problem is he has been injured almost every single year that he's played football. He does have a legit injury history. I do like his abilities, though, but you're probably talking about a late second, maybe third round, maybe even a fourth round pick. It also depends on how he finishes out this season. But, everything that you want from a quarterback, the mobility, the ability to go through your progressions, run RPOs, he's fast, he has a bullet for an arm. I do like Penix Jr. a lot. And we're going to be doing draft content this year. We're going to be putting out videos. I already had a talk with the boys. We are determined to get this draft content right, especially since everyone's looking at it so early. We're definitely going to be going through these quarterbacks here soon.
Thank you guys for your support. Going back to Cody's biggest fan, JJ here. This is this call is short. It's 1 minute and 16 seconds, but I see another one in the hole too. We're trying to move to a one call format per person. First, I want to thank you for your support. First, if you call in, you take this time to listen to our podcast and call into the show. I appreciate it, and I'd love to play every single call, and we try to. I've already played one part of the call, and look, as I'm going to play 2 short calls from another caller, but we're trying to keep the show moving and stuff. So, look, I'm going to play this call right here, but, like, if we can just try to consolidate them and bring your best stuff at Cody, that's what I say. Just bring it all at once. Here we go. JJ coming back. Looks like this one's not aimed at Cody, though.
Probably is.
Hey guys, it's JJ. Quick call this time because I got a quick question. I've noticed some young success in the NFL between wide receiver and quarterback connection. And I think the best one in college right now is C.J. Stroud and Marvin Harrison Jr. What would you guys think if the Panthers got them over the next 2 drafts and
like
became like the next
Chase,
Dolphins
Burrow.
or Bengals? And also, I know Cody thinks I'm a big hater of his, but there is a take I will agree with him and defend him every time about, and that's the trading the whole draft for Trevor Lawrence. Cody, I will forever agree with you on that. Yeah, and I'm just gonna have to agree with you on that and disagree with Tony on that one. I feel Trevor Lawrence has the arm to make every throw into the book, and I feel like he's just gonna get better. Even though he's played poorly, he still has shown improvement. He's gonna get better. I think he'll take a jump in his third year, and I don't think it's too outrageous to say trading J.C. Horn, Tommy Tremble, and Terrence Marshall Jr. for a potential franchise quarterback is crazy. So I agree.
That is crazy. Thank you for the call. Most interested in no longer debating Trevor Lawrence with Cody Lashney. I only get to bring him up in spite and egg on his face as he's not the next John Elway or whatever he wanted him to be. Marvin Harrison Jr., though, screw C.J. Stroud. Marvin Harris Jr., first is you're talking cut from the cloth like a J.C. Horn is cut from Joe Horn. Dude, his dad is like one of the greatest receivers in the history of football. And here's the thing is that I was worried about him. His dad was a little slight of size. He's 6'4", this guy. He's 6'4", 205. You put him in the NFL and he gets to 6'4", 215, 220. Beast. Love it. I'm about that Marvin Harrison Jr. life. Let's go to
the receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Ohio State.
Yeah. I mean, his dad was Peyton Manning.
I think he's available. I think he's next year though. I don't believe he's in this draft.
He's a freshman and he's the best receiver in the entire in college football. No, he's a sophomore. It says class sophomore. Does that matter?
So he has to be. No, he has to be a junior.
Oh, you have to be a junior? Oh,
you have to play 3 years.
Okay, next call.
Podcast brothers, how y'all doing? G. Cavassier.
What up, G?
Hey, man. Well, we got Denver this Sunday. Good old Denver.
Oh, that's my fault. I closed out the app. I was trying to do 2 things at once. Speeding this.
Damn it, Tony.
Podcast brothers, how y'all doing? G. Cavassier. Hey, man. Well, we got Denver this Sunday. Good old Denver. Hopefully we'll win, but 9 times out of 10, we'll probably damn lose because we need a fucking quarterback. Okay, this is my take on it, and I need you guys. I know you guys are gonna kill me, CK. I know you're gonna kill me for saying this, man. But come next season, if Jimmy Garoppolo, yes, if he is a free agent, we should pick his ass up, man. We just need a damn quarterback, man. And honestly, I always wanted Jimmy to be a damn Panther, to tell you the damn truth. And then Lamar Jackson, that would be nice. But if it happens, it happens. But I seriously doubt it, man. but we need a fucking quarterback. And this year, and with the draft, some of these quarterbacks, I really don't trust the dude out of Tennessee. Bryce Young, that dude from Florida, he seems okay, but, I just don't know. So give me your thoughts on that. Would you take Jimmy Garoppolo or Lamar Jackson if you could, or would you draft somebody new? Keep pounding, y'all.
So there's a bit of a difference between Lamar and Jimmy Garoppolo first, but
Sure.
that's okay.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I'm not going to kill you for that take. I believe that that Jimmy G, if he were to be a Panther, I'm okay with that. What I don't want to do is draft or sign Jimmy G to be the guy, right? I'm all right with Jimmy G being a guy on the squad, but I am not okay with Jimmy G being considered the guy that's going to be the guy that pulls us back from the depths, right? Because again, we're getting to the point where like we're just constantly retreading. I don't want that. But am I all right with him coming in here and even maybe playing for the first year to give Corral a chance or whoever we decide to draft an opportunity? Then I'm fine with that. Like I am fully on board with that option. But if we're like, I just don't want this to be a scenario where we're paying him like franchise quarterback money to come in here and be a bridge, similar to what Teddy Bridgewater was. But again, if it happens and he started for us, I'm not going to be upset with that. I just don't want this to be a long-term thing for him.
All right, next call.
Hey boys, good afternoon. Baby Rhino here in Jamestown, Tuesday afternoon.